morning everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I am inviting you into my kitchen to watch me do some meal prep. I do this every Sunday, well most Sundays I try and get some meal prep done so I'm all ready and set up for the week ahead, at least for the first few days of the week, especially when I'm working. Last Sunday I was off and it completely knocked me off kilter for the whole week because we'd spent the day at my mum's and then on the Sunday I was working all day, the full day. So I felt just so disorientated. It worked out fine, like I managed to stick to my meal plan and everything, but I just felt weird. It just felt weird that I didn't have that day to set up. And it's not all just about meal prepping, that it's getting like Sunday's the day I do my ironing and get a proper tidy up of the house and everything like that. I did manage to get most of the housework done yesterday, but that was because I knew that I had quite a lot of stuff that I wanted to make today. I actually wasn't going to film this video. I didn't plan to film this video, but I thought, you know what, it's actually a lot more different meals, a lot more different. It's a better variety than you're used to seeing when I make these videos. A lot of the times it can be the same thing, deviled eggs, speedy spag bol or some variety of it. But I'm making quite a few different things and I'm also doing some baking. I'm doing some Christmas baking. You might think it's a little bit early for that, but actually it's my Christmas cake and I'm a little bit late, like a few weeks late with that. I only decided in the last couple of weeks that I wanted to make it, so by the time I went and got shopping and all the ingredients that I needed, because it's a big list of shopping, and obviously time as well, this is the first time that I was able to do it. So I'm making a Christmas cake, which I've never done before. It's obviously not Slimming World friendly, but at Christmas time I will be able to eat it because I do allow myself some days off plan at Christmas. Anyway, like I was saying, back to my original thought, I wasn't going to make this video today, so I've already got some things done. I actually woke up at 5 o'clock this morning on a flipping Sunday morning. I was so annoyed. I woke up to go to the bathroom and just couldn't get back to sleep. Oh my god, I was so annoyed. Sunday's the day I like to have a little lie-in, but you know, what my body wants and what I actually want are two completely different things. So it's now 10 o'clock and I have been pottering about doing some bits and bobs. I've boiled some eggs, so you don't have to watch that again. I've cooked bacon and onion already because I'm going to make a quiche. And what else have I done? I've started on tonight's dinner, so I'll show you that now. So I made the little dressing because we're having roast pork tonight. I've trimmed all my pork. There's all the fat that was on it. It actually came off pretty easily in one piece, and I'm not going to get rid of that. Anytime I trim fat on all that off any of my meats, I always cook it and give it to the dogs, so it's not getting wasted. That's my roast pork, and in here there is some chicken stock, juice and zest of 1 lemon and a teaspoon of mustard powder, and I've just mixed that all together and I'm going to brush with my little decrepit pastry brush. I'm going to brush that onto this just now. This recipe is from the Slimming World website and it's very rarely do I use any of their recipes, but I'm chancing it this time because it did sound delicious. Mustard and lemon chicken pork. So I'm going to dress it now. It didn't say to dress it earlier, that just said to brush it and then put it in the oven. But I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking outside the box. I think the longer it has to marinate, hopefully the better chances are that it has more taste. Because I'm not a big pork lover. It has to be properly flavoured. So I'm taking a chance here. But it did sound nice. I'm going to make it. So I'm just dressing this. I'm just brushing it all. It is all falling off, which is one of the reasons that I wanted to leave it to marinate for a good few hours, because it is quite a runny mixture. It's just like lemon juice, and I thought if I just put that on and then put it in the oven, it's all just going to run off the pork. It's not even going to flavour it in any way, so that's why I wanted to marinate it, give it a chance. I'm just going to flip that over, make sure I get all the sides done. And both the ends. I think I will come back every couple of hours and just baste it again, I suppose is the right thing, isn't it? Basting it. I'll do that every couple of hours until I'm ready to roast it, just to make sure that all the flavours are staying in. Because I do really like flavoured pork. I'm not keen on pork chops, you know, just plain pork chops or anything on their own. I can't just eat pork on its own. It has to have a lot of flavour through it. Right, that's everything. And I'm just going to wrap that all up. And I'm actually going to have to put it in my oven. No, I can't put it in my oven. Then I've got to have to put it. I've got to try and find a space in my fridge for it. Which is going to be tight because there's not a lot of space in my fridge. I'm now on to prepping some of my lunches for this week. This week I'm going to have a big quiche. And I'm going to hopefully get 6 portions. Minimum is 6 portions. I definitely will. Maybe get 8 depending how deep it goes, because this is quite a big oven dish. But in the bottom of this oven dish I've got cooked bacon, cooked red onion, tomatoes and spinach, and I've also sprinkled some of the frozen chopped basil that I had. I keep forgetting I've got those frozen herbs and spices. I got them so I wasn't wasting the fresh ones, but I still buy the fresh ones because I forget I had the frozen ones. But I remembered today because I'd already had to use something else, the frozen ones. Anyway, I've got some frozen basil. Is basil your favourite herb? Because it's definitely mine. I love basil. And then I've mixed 10 eggs because I'm trying to make this quite a big one. And I've got a lot of eggs in the fridge. Cupboard, freezer, fridge, whatever. I've got a lot of eggs. So I've mixed 10 eggs in there with some salt and pepper. And then I'm just going to pour it over. I don't follow a recipe for this. This is just me. I love quiche. It's one of my favourites for lunches and that, or even dinners, or definitely for picnics and stuff. And I make an amazing, even if I do say so myself, it's not my recipe, but a really nice proper homemade quiche with the homemade pastry and cream and everything in it, and like a whole ton of cheese in this quiche. It's so delicious, and I would absolutely love to make that. Anytime I make one, I always end up making some for various members of my family as well. So nice. I'm definitely going to make one for my Boxing Day buffet this year at Christmas, because my brother's coming in on Boxing Day for our Boxing Day buffet, and he really likes my homemade quiche, so I'm definitely going to be making one for him. Right, that's that, and all I'm going to do is just chuck it in the oven till whenever it's ready. Oh my god, I'm so excited to start on this. This is the Christmas cake portion. I need to boil some ingredients first and then leave it to cool before I add the rest of them, so I'm going to do that first part now. This is all the ingredients. There's so many ingredients that go into this. Like I said, I've never made this before. I was quite shocked. I've wrote the recipe down. It is a James, oh what's his name? James, I'll try and find it. I'll try and find it online. In fact, all the recipes that I use in today's video, if I find them online, I will link them down below. Oh, what's his name? James Martin, that's it. It's a James Martin recipe. There's loads of ingredients. Not only do you need ground almonds, but you need flaked almonds. Flour, sherry, actually it says you can choose an alcohol of your choosing, but I chose sherry because the other choices were like whiskey and rum. I like to drink rum, but I'm not sure I fancy it in my Christmas cake. And no whiskey. Baking powder, vanilla extract, eggs, mixed spice, cinnamon, ground cloves, butter. Oh, I need to soften that, it's meant to be softened. Some light brown sugar, the zest and juice of 1 lemon. You're also meant to use the zest and juice of 1 orange, but this person behind the camera, forgot to pick up an orange. Well, actually, I didn't forget to pick up an orange. I got an online delivery from Asda and Sainsbury's this week. Well, a few days ago anyway. And I couldn't get just 1 single orange. Ali and I would not eat a whole bag of big oranges. We don't like them. We only like the little ones, the easy peelers, the satsumas, the mandarins, clementines, but we do not like the big ones. So there was no point in buying a big one because they would have went to waste. And I meant to run into Tesco. Well, actually, I did run into Tesco. But I forgot to pick up the orange. But I think I can save it. You need 1 kilo, a whole kilo of dried mixed fruit, whatever you want to put in it. I'll show you what I've done here before I show you these. So my mum suggested, well, this is what her and my granny used to do. This recipe, not this recipe, but this has came about because I remember my granny doing this when I was a kid. Sorry about the tinfoil noise. My granny used to do this when we were kids and make the Christmas cake well in advance, and obviously because she's passed away this year, it's just made me miss her and just remember all the happy times in that, like when she made the Christmas cake and she used to give me the marzipan and that when it came to icing it. She used to give me sneaky bits of marzipan. But what my mum suggested that I do, I actually don't know if I'm going to add orange at all, My mum said soak your dried fruit in orange juice overnight to make it really moist and taste really nice as well. So that's what I've done. I like a whole carton of orange juice in there. Also, that's not a whole kilo of dried fruit. Also, so many alsos. We don't like the peel and the rind that you get in the mixed dried fruit and all that. So we've just settled on some sultanas, some cherries and cranberries. So I've got, 700 grams of sultanas in here. No, is that right? Yeah, because there's 200. 700 grams of sultanas in here. And this is my biggest mixing bowl. It is completely packed. So I'm going to have to use my big massive soup pot to actually mix this whole cake in, because this is the biggest vessel, I could say. Is that a vessel? This is the biggest thing that I'll have to mix it in at the minute. So I've got 700 grams of sultanas. I've said that 6 million times probably. I've got 100 grams of cranberries and 200 grams of sticky cherries. However you say that, glacier, I don't know. But that's what we're putting in it. So in my ridiculously massive soup pot, I've put all the fruit, the cherries, the cranberries and the sultanas, and the sugar, the butter, the sherry and the lemon juice and zest. I'm not adding the orange like I said, but I did try one of the sultanas and they do taste quite orangey, so that should be enough orange flavour in it, right? I hope so anyway. I hope it's not going to be too dry because I forgot to put the juice of one orange in. So I'm just going to mix this up, bring it to the boil and then simmer it for 5 minutes and then leave it to cool. You'll have to forgive the washing machine noise in the background. I just put a load on just before I put everything in the pot for the Christmas cake. My quiche is ready. That only took 20 minutes actually, so not very long at all. It's slightly more puffed up at this side than it is at this side. I must have had more stuff at this side or more egg or whatever. It smells delicious. I can smell the basil. And while the Christmas cake is simmering away, I'm actually going to make a little trail mix for Ali. And I'm going to keep it in this jar. I got this jar for Tesco's. It was only £3. I thought that's really good because it's exactly what I wanted. It's tall enough for it as well. Tall enough for so much more. I actually might go back and get another couple more because I could put flour and everything in there and like, oh my god, look at this. Oh, actually, it doesn't look too bad at the minute because I've got stuff out, but it's usually all packed up the top there, and then this is all like snacks and stuff here. And then I have my cupboard through the bathroom that's like a pantry, larder, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, trail mix. All I'm going to put in it, some almonds, some crispy M&Ms, some roasted and salted cashews, and some sultanas. Flipping easy Ozy, and he will love this to snack on rather than grabbing a packet of crisps or something like that. I must resist the cashews. I must resist the cashews. I must also resist the M&Ms. Definitely should have got double the ingredients of everything, but I've not put any flavourings or seasoning or that in it. It's just because it's got M&Ms, so that's the sweet, and then I did get the salted cashews, so that would be salty, so it's got like a mixture of sweet and salty going on in there. And then obviously the sultanas are sweet and the almonds are quite plain, so they'll take on probably the salt of the cashews. Hello. So while I'm already making snacks for Ali, that reminded me that I need to make his lunch for tomorrow for school before I forget. So I'm going to do it now because I will forget later on with everything else that I'm doing today. So I'm going to make him, I got this tub. How cool is this? It's like a little barely dunker style tub, and you can put something in here and something in there. So I'm going to put hummus in this side and carrot sticks in this side. I was also thinking Nutella and breadsticks, like a Nutella and go thing. Or what else? Oh my god, so many, like salsa and Doritos or tortilla chips, cheap tortilla chips. This is right up Ali's street, hummus and carrots. He loves stuff like this, and he was saying that I couldn't get him it when he went back to school. He was like, don't get me it because I won't be able to eat it properly on the go. But with this he does. All he has to do is take his lid off and he can dip and talk as he goes. I have a cat trying to get in the kitchen, one sec. Coming in? You coming in? Hello? going to make one of these sandwich thins with some chorizo and soft cheese. He had this last week. I think it was chorizo he had with it as well. There's some left over, so I'm using that up. And oh yeah, have you got any in here? A little packet of the gingerbread men. And then that'll be him sorted. So that's Ali's stuff all ready for tomorrow. I put his sandwiches, gingerbread men and his cucumber sticks in there. This usually is fuller. I usually actually put like a vegetable and a fruit, but I'm not putting any fruit in because he's got carrot sticks and cucumber this time. And by the way, please do not think that this is the type of lunch I'm making my son just for YouTube, because this is genuinely the type of things that he loves. You guys that have watched my channel since the beginning, or even over the last few months throughout lockdown when I was doing his lunches, Ali loves cucumber and carrot sticks and salads and everything like that. He genuinely loves it. So this is things that he's actually asked for, because I thought maybe he'll be embarrassed to eat this kind of thing in front of his friends, but he's not. He's absolutely not. So that's his things in there, and then he's got his little tub of hummus and carrots. I love this tub. I think I might get one of these for me as well, because this is so handy. It was £2.50 at Morrison's, and then I looked it up on Amazon and it was £4 something, so it was quite cheap. Is it Sistema? I don't know if it's Sistema brand. No, it's just a Seal and Go snack box. And then he's got his water bottle. What kind of flavoured water's he got in it today? It's got summer fruits, and I'll fill up his water bottle the night before because he likes it chilled. And then for snack, like his break in between morning and lunchtime, he's got a bag of these quinoa chips, which by the way he loves. He loves the quinoa, the lentil and the hummus ones that I got him a big box from Costco. And he absolutely loves them. He's been eating these more than he's been eating his pretzels that I got him as well. He really enjoys these, so I'm definitely going to get them again. Okay, everything for the cake is now cooled, and I've greased and lined a baking tin, a cake tin. It says to double layer it, which I have, and all that stuff you can see, that's just Frylight. I just used that to stick it down. Also, it says 20cm cake tin, and I don't know if this is going to be deep enough. It is definitely wide enough, but I don't know, hopefully, I mean, just going by what's in there now, there's going to be so much. I might have to make 2 cakes. I don't know. Anyway, I've never done this before, guys. I'm an amateur Christmas cake maker. Right, I'm giving that a stir. And then I am going to add everything. So 175 grams of plain flour, and then 100 grams each is in here of almond flour and flaked almonds. Then half a teaspoon of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of ground cloves, roughly a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 2 teaspoons of mixed spice. Or roughly a teaspoon. That'll be a teaspoon, and then another one. I hate when the spoon doesn't fit in the bloody bottle. And then a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And 4 eggs. And then you have to give it a good stir. Whew. Oh, this is going to take some elbow grease. Oh my god, that smells amazing. That smells absolutely amazing. Christmas time. Embarrassing. Oh my god. I want a Christmas cake scented candle now. That smells amazing. Right, let's see. Just check there's no pockets of flour, is what James Martin says. Yeah, let's see if this is going to fit in this thing, guys. I need my muscles. Ready? I should be doing it this way, shouldn't I? 1 sec. So you guys can see. Oh my god, it's actually fitting. It's fitting, it's fitting, it's fitting. Oh my god, it fitted. I can't believe that. I'll take it back, James Martin. You were right. It's a 20cm cake tin. I hope it's not going to rise. I don't think they do they? There's not really much in there for it to... Oh god, imagine if it rose. It was like... So beautiful. Oh my god. Oh my god, the smell guys. Look at it, can you believe that it fitted? You probably can, I was so doubtful. Right, now I'm going to pop this in the oven for 2 hours at 150 degrees. 150. My oven was on anyway for my quiche and that, so I've just left it on and just turned the heat down. Yeah, so that looks so nice. So nice. I wouldn't eat it as it is because of the raw eggs, but you know, it smells delicious. It smells good enough to eat already. Right, Ali's just been complaining to me that he's hungry, so I'm going to make him some lunch. This is leftover chicken and chorizo pasta or spaghetti from our dinner last night. I actually have like 3 portions. 3 portions left over from it last night. I made far too much. So I'm going to heat this up and top it with some cheese, maybe give him some carrot sticks or cucumber sticks because he always likes a little sideways lunch. And then I'm going to have my lunch. This is all my quiche. I'm going to have 1 bit of quiche and maybe some cucumber with it. Should have just chopped up a whole cucumber when I was doing that, eh? I actually got 6 pieces, 6 portions out. There's 2 in there. I'm going to keep this in the fridge for the next 2 days, the following 2 days. I'll have 1 today and then I've got 3 portions for the freezer. And then I'm going to tackle this mess that I've made. Oh my god. I've got to put all the dishes away from last night first, and then I've got to tackle all this so that I can make another big mess later on. Lunch is served. This is Ali's with chicken and chorizo, some cheese on top obviously, and some cucumber sticks. Oh, I'm going to give him a kiwi as well actually, because I've got some Asda Sainsbury's. I got some the other day. And this is mine with my quiche. It looks very green, but it's delicious. Honestly, it's delicious. The basil's amazing. And some cucumber sticks, and I also got some strawberries as well because I forgot I had them in the fridge. They're very peely-wally looking though, look. It's like shop on camera. They're very peely-wally looking strawberries. Lunch has been had and the dishes have been done. I've tidied up a little bit. I'm now going to go on to making another couple of meals for tomorrow and Tuesday night because I work all day both the days. I'm going to make a cottage pie, but I'm going to top it with sweet, which is what this is for. And I need some carrots and onion for the mince, and then I'm going to do some roasted veg for tonight's dinner. So I'm going to have leeks, asparagus, onion. This is the leftover onion from the quiche, and I'm also going to have carrots in that as well. Might be a strange assortment, but that's what I want. I wanted all the speed veg as well. I'm not going to have potatoes with tonight's dinner, but I am going to do some potatoes for Ali. The other thing I'm going to make with the other pack of mince is some jalapeno burgers for Ali and I. My brother made us for them. It was an off-plan meal a good few weeks ago now. I can't make it with his recipe because it involves a lot of flour, so I'm just going to make it up on my own. Just add a lot of jalapenos and other herbs and spices. See how I get on. And that'll be for Tuesday night's dinner.
There's a lot of
I am in the middle of packaging up these jalapeno burgers. They smell amazing. I can smell the jalapenos on them. I actually made 6 burgers out of that mix of, I think it was 500 grams of mince, or maybe 400. I'll double check. And I added jalapenos. Well, I showed you all the stuff that I added. Jalapenos, garlic, onion, salt and pepper, and I think that was it, maybe. I'm just wrapping them up in greaseproof paper, or parchment paper, sorry, and putting them in a Ziploc bag, obviously marking them for when they go in the freezer, because I've got so many Ziploc bags in the freezer. I've also got my turnip for the top of my cottage pie boiling. These are roast potatoes for Ali. That's my mince bubbling away for the cottage pie. Sorry if this is getting steamed up. Oh, and I made the roasted veg for tonight's dinner. That looks so yummy. So yummy. Ooh, YouTube shot. Foodie shot. I just sprayed it with some Fry Light, just a sunflower oil one, and shook some dried thyme over it, because that's what the recipe said, and that sounded really nice to me anyway. And I do have fresh thyme. I've got to put that on the pork at the end when it's cooked, I think. So that's going to be so yummy. But actually, this is a lot of vegetables for 2 people, by the way. In case you're thinking that, it is a lot of veg, but what I'm hoping is that there's going to be quite a lot left over for tomorrow's dinner as well, because this will go really nice with the cottage pie, won't it? Well, that's what I think anyway. Right, that's the Christmas cake done. It does look a bit darker on camera than it actually is in real life, but I was worried it was starting to burn. It's not burnt, that's just sultanas and everything that are dark. It's not burnt, it's just, it was starting to go, so I just put some baking parchment over the top of it to stop it from burning. It says when you pull it out of the oven, put some holes in it, poke some holes in it, and pour over 1 to 2 tablespoons of the sherry. So I'm going to do that now. That's why there's holes everywhere. And on this side. And then just leave it to cool. And then wrap it in cling film. Sorry, leave it to cool. Peel off the parchment paper and then wrap it in cling film. Oh, I've got marker on my finger. Oh, and amongst everything else that I've been doing today, by the way, I did manage to pickle some eggs. I didn't peel the eggs very well, but I did manage to pickle some. I think there's 18 eggs in here, and I just used this Sarson's pickling vinegar. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. I've got these massive jars that we get the pickled gherkins in. It was actually these jars that gave me the idea for making my own pickled eggs, because I was like, I'm not throwing that massive jar out, it'll come in handy for something. So I cleaned it and everything, I've sterilised it and all that, and £2.80 for 6 pickled eggs at Tesco or Asda or wherever. Oh, you only get 6 in that jar, and I've pickled 18 for about the same price, just slightly more, but it still works out so much cheaper. It's in the experimental stages at the minute, I will say that. I've never done this before, not really sure what I'm doing. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm just going to put this in the cupboard for at least a week, and then I'll try one after a week and see how it is. And it says how long can it store for? 2 to 4 weeks, or no, it's more than that. Well, I can't find it. I'm sure it said it keeps it to store it for no longer than 46 weeks or something like that. I'll need to look it up online. But I just used one of these at the minute. I could have fitted so much more eggs in there, but I didn't know how many it was going to take. So I do have another jar, so I can make some more at another day, just to when I see how these turn out. They look disgusting, but hopefully they'll taste good. Right, I'm almost at the finish line of all the food prep, meal prep that I want to do today. I've finished the cottage pies. I've actually changed my mind about the cottage pies and the jalapeno burgers, because I took them inside the freezer last night. So I need to cook them by tomorrow at the latest, the jalapeno burgers. The mince in this is already cooked, so this will last till Tuesday. So we're going to have the jalapeno burgers tomorrow and this on Tuesday instead. So I got 3 portions of the cottage pie. I actually made one for Mark as well. This is my one with the turnip on top, Ali's and Mark's. You would have seen these in the meals of the week. I don't know why I'm showing you anyway. I've also got some leftover mash. I marked it Ali mash just in case I forget and think it's sin-free and then end up having some, because there is butter in there. And look at this, this is how I'm having to actually store my Christmas cake. Not permanently, just until it's cooled down, because the bloody cats, I don't know, I know meat, they'll try and get all the meat. I'm going to have to wrap the cottage pies and put them in the microwave to let them cool down. But I don't know what they'd be like with this. I just don't want to chance it that they're going to eat my Christmas cake. Do you know what I was thinking earlier on? It's so sad that I don't know how my actual Christmas cake's going to turn out properly until Christmas Day. I also got my ironing done. I'm ironing free. Yes, I'm ironing free, but I do have like stuff on this this is today's washing, and that'll need to go. It's 4:20 now. I've been at this for hours, absolute hours, and I definitely feel it. I'm absolutely knackered now. I'm going to take myself for a bath before I even put tonight's dinner on, and just relax for a couple of hours, or maybe watch some YouTube or a movie on Disney Plus or something. But I will come back to you in a little bit. So don't quite make it to actually speaking again on camera because I was knackered, absolutely knackered. Remember, I'd woke up at 5 that morning and I'd only ended up having like 5 hours sleep with that. So I was absolutely exhausted. But would you believe, even after all that cooking and food prep and baking the Christmas cake that I'd done that day, I still came back and I ended up baking a cake. I didn't intend to at the start of the day, but as I was in the bath I thought, I never made Ali's cake last Sunday because I was working, so I thought I'd make him a cake for his pudding today. But like I said, I was really knackered by this point, so I just wanted to make him a quick, basic sponge cake. He does just love plain sponge cake. And I googled a quick and easy recipe and I found one online for vanilla sponge cake, and it was so flippin' easy. It took 2 minutes to put together and then shove it in the oven for 45 minutes, which isn't so quick, but actually it ended up being the perfect amount of time because it was ready and cooling down by the time Ali'd finished his dinner, and he really likes it when it's still just that little bit warm. But this is how I spend my Sundays, folks. Not every Sunday is as full on as this Sunday in particular was. I had the Christmas cake and everything to make that day as well, but I do like to prepare for the week ahead. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of these types of videos. Don't forget to check out my subscriber giveaway. I will link the video below. Thank you so much for watching.